Good evening from Denmark. I have made the drive up to visit this man right here, Master Peter Iversen.
Hello, hello, hello.
And it's gonna be a fun video and it all starts right now. Let's go! All right, and welcome back. We are in a small town in Jutland, which is the island sort of to the west of Denmark. It's split between the Copenhagen side, which Mats lives on. What's that island called again, where Copenhagen is?
Zealand.
Zealand.
Not New Zealand, but Zealand.
Zealand, and we are on Jutland, and this is a small town called Vie. Vejle. And this is the wave. So one of the reasons that I suggested to come here to Mass was because of this building, and I saw a great photo of this and was thinking like, okay, I think I can get a nice long exposure, black and white, you know, looking straight across, kind of classic architecture shot, very 2D, just right across the water, and do a poor man's pano style where you cut off the top, cut off the bottom, and trying to get some good photos. So it's a bit of a mix here of architecture and like almost even like a sort of fine art style with a very long exposure in black and white, and then some landscapes with the bridges and some nice like spring flowers and whatnot. We did get a chance to scout it a little bit, so I think it's going to be pretty cool. And yeah, exploring Denmark with Master Peter Iversen. Couldn't ask for a better guide. Let's check the time. It looks really bright with this Sony a7S III, but it's actually like 10:30 already, dude. Blue hour is just beginning, and I was saying to Mass, I wanted to shout out one of the subscribers and one of the guys who watches the videos, Jim Scott. And he goes, I know Jim.
I know Jim,
yeah.
Hi Jim.
So,
I know you're watching this.
Yeah, I hope so, because you've inspired me with a lot of your photography. It's amazing. So what I said to Mass is I wanted to try and get, you know, a super long exposure, black and white of the wave. 10 stop on the front, 5 minutes, getting nice and dark here with blue hour setting in, and I'm getting a really, really cool result. So this is inspired by Mr. Jim Scott, and I hope to get many more photos like this actually back in Hamburg, because there are a ton of buildings that I want to revisit and shoot in sort of this idea of the black and white, long, super long exposure, and just see what the results are, because there are a ton of locations around Hamburg that I think will lend to that style. So that's for another video though. We're gonna continue exploring here in Denmark and head down to that funny town, Middelfart.
Yeah, so obviously photography in Denmark, what I've learned is that because I've traveled so much to Norway and Iceland, the Faroe Islands and so forth, there's mountains and waterfalls, everything epic. But that kind of taught me what was not necessarily unique for Denmark, but special. I learned to see my home country with like new eyes, like what doesn't those other countries have that I may have. So it was all the moody atmospheric forests, special forests with gnarly trees and all that stuff. And it's not like, you know, Great Britain doesn't have it, but I could go and explore Denmark, spend my time exploring Denmark and finding all these interesting small nuggets and pearls all the way around in the landscape that actually makes for what I would consider potentially world-class photos. But from my little home country Denmark, that is just a place that you drive through to get to Norway. And I had that feeling myself for many years where I was just not inspired. But once you start getting those success stories where you actually get a good photo in your home country, suddenly it's just really good. What I found out is that it's a question about putting in the legwork, putting in the time to actually explore the places around you. Because chances are, if you are not inspired by those places around you, there may not be a whole lot of other people who are, so they haven't explored it either that much. If they've explored it, they're probably outdoor people, so look for outdoor resources, look for trails that you can go to if you are close to a state park or other kinds of parks. Generally look for hills, lakes, rivers, forest areas. Go and explore everything of interest, potential interest, biking routes and so forth. So it's about using the information you can get from other sources in photography.
Right, getting a very cool green color off of these side lights here, and it is just past midnight and we are in peak of blue hour. It's been absolutely perfect here for the last like hour and a half. The weather's really getting super calm, and Mads is doing a time blend, which I actually think is going to look really, really cool. If you're watching this video, go and check out Mads's video because he talks a bit about it in his video from the same location, and then you'll probably see better photos than what I'm getting right now, but I'm having fun with it. So I got a couple different compositions here, gone a bit wider to get more of the reflection now that it's getting a bit calmer, and I think it's going to look really cool. It's super colorful. Can't really see it too well, but you'll see it on the screen as part of this video. And then of course the 8-minute exposure inspired by Jim at f11, you know, that's going to look really cool with a 10-stop ND. So you be the judge what you think looks, you know, better, I guess, but definitely two very different styles and great results. Mads has the idea of pulling an all-nighter. He's like, you don't need to get a hotel, just come to Denmark and you can just stay awake all night. I'm like,
well, the sun's coming up in like 4 hours, so
exactly.
We'll be fine.
We're gonna go shoot sunrise at a different location, so stay tuned, it's gonna be awesome. We have made it to the second location here in Vejle. This is on the way towards the bridges that we want to shoot for sunrise. And because there's like, you know, 3.5 hour, 4 hour gap between sunset and sunrise, it's blue hour pretty much the entire time. So we might as well stay here and photograph this awesome subject. And this is a beautiful architectural piece, a beautiful building floating in the water with this crazy lit up bridge leading towards it, and exploring a lesser known part of Denmark because Mads Peter Iversen, who has explored a ton of this country, has not been to these locations before. So I was happy to kind of introduce that to him and say, hey, do you want to go shoot these buildings plus the bridges? And he was all for it. So this is a good opportunity to explore kind of lesser known parts of a country that's right on our doorstep in North Germany, and hopefully I'll be able to spend a bit more time exploring more of Denmark as well, because you know it's just right there, and seeing a lot of Mads's work. If you guys have just seen when I interviewed him there, you know there's a ton of good photos to be explored here in Denmark. And also just goes to show that if you're feeling uninspired, or if you're looking for, you know, kind of unique images in your own backyard, they're probably there. You just have to go out and try and find them. Testing 1, 2, trying to get a little bit of reflected light here because it is super early in the morning. It's about 2:30 a.m. and we have made it down to our third location, just about a half an hour drive from where we were to literally under a bridge. And this is where we're going to be shooting until sunrise. And blue hour is still happening. It's been like kind of a slow burn for the last couple of hours. Got ourselves some coffee on the way to stay awake, and it's incredible watching the I don't know, night turn back into sunrise. It kind of reminds me of Iceland and the midnight sun. So we shot sunset, shot blue hour just past midnight, and now it's 2:30 in the morning. Haven't slept, haven't really driven that far, and look at this slow burn happening right over there. So within the next sort of hour and a half, we're gonna get this beautiful blue hour light turning into sunrise, and we got a great location here. Got the drone, a couple batteries, so I think it's been really good exploring Denmark. Exploring hidden new places in Denmark. Awesome. All right, it is almost 4 a.m. in the morning now, and we are finally getting enough light to be able to see me here. And I'm getting just some phenomenal photos of this bridge. This is the second biggest bridge in Denmark, next to the one that connects like the Copenhagen area to Sweden. And it is just an absolute awesome subject. And this morning we've got perfect conditions, so a bit of a continuation from last night in our time, the start of the vlog here. Just great light, really nice clouds. So it's time to show you guys what this place looks like from the air. I'm gonna get the drone up. We checked the drone map here. He's also a drone pilot, and got the good to go green light. So
from what I can see, it's good.
Looks like it's good. Time to fly. It's 4:50, 4:50 in the morning. We have been up all night long shooting since sunset yesterday in our time. And funny enough, I don't feel that tired.
No, surprisingly not.
Little groggy, but I was definitely more tired at like 2:30 when it was still like relatively dark. But now that the sun is almost up, I feel pretty good, so that's nice. And look at this location, guys. This is absolutely incredible. This is the second biggest bridge. We are in Middelfart.
Middelfart, yeah, which is here behind us.
Back this way.
And the bridge is called Den Nye Lillebæltsbro, which is the new Little Belt Bridge.
All right, right on. So a little bit more of Danish knowledge, exploring Denmark with Mads Peter Iversen. There is way more to see. So if you guys aren't following Mads, be sure to check out his channel, because you're also dropping the video from this spot, I believe today, if we can make that work. So that'll be sick. Go check that out. But Denmark, if you're interested in coming, be sure to check out Mads's work, because it's very inspiring to get out there in your own backyard, explore, what it is that is right near your house, because it can be difficult. I know I did it in Hamburg and sort of changed my style, but it's definitely possible, and gives you new inspiration and new appreciation for your home. So that's pretty cool. But we're gonna sign off. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
Bye bye.